This video is sponsored by Helsinki Metal Festival 2023.
Hello everybody out there, this is Kai.
And Michael.
And we are booked for the Helsinki Metal Fest as headliners on the
11th of August.
11th.
After all the cancellations and stuff, we're happy to finally come to your country.
Yeah. Come
See you
watch
there
us.
then.
Yeah.
Bonjour! This time it's time for a French band called ACOD, or ACOD. ACOD, whatever you want to pronounce it. I don't know even how the official pronunciation goes with, because it's all in capital letters and all that stuff. This is a MCD called Cryptic Curse. It must be a very cryptic curse when it's called Cryptic Curse. 3 songs, so MCD by Ladlow, which always does fantastic work with the physical copies and all that stuff. And this is no mistake. As you can see, the cover image is quite captivating. There's something very, very much mystical, cryptic with this one, even though it kind of reminds me of a lot of fantasy games art. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, just saying that it might be a little bit of misleading maybe. So, nice looking DJ pack once again, and comes with a booklet, which then again features the same art in black and white. And inside you will find, I guess I should say, of course, some lyrics, but even lyrics are not these days an obvious thing. I mean, lots of bands go with some kind of a booklet, yet have no lyrical content within. But in case you're one of those people who actually want to read your lyrics, here they are. And then I guess only 2 members of the band are pictured here. Well, I don't know what the thing here is with the lineup, because this used to be a little bit different anyways. But what it is very different than from the past. And this France-based band, this French band is has been around for quite some time. I mean, they already did their debut album in 2009, and as such, they have done 5 albums and few EPs. This is almost like an album, then an EP or something like that, you know, going in turns. But now it's time for EP after the album last year, and here it is, 3 songs, 17 minutes. Now, to sum it up, the whole idea with ACOD or ACOD is that this is some kind of a modern take of black metal. Don't get me wrong, this definitely has its roots in the second wave of black metal. But if I were to just say draw the line someplace, I wouldn't say this has much to do with the 1990s take of black metal. Be it about production, songwriting, compositions, individual parts or whatever, I mean, it clearly shows this is black metal of today. For some people it's a red flag, for some people it's more like, hey, I don't care what way we're talking about, whether we're talking first wave battery stuff or second wave Norwegian black metal or modern days black metal, it's all good as long as it's good. And I kind of agree. This wave thing is merely to point out that while a lot of bands still these days do a lot of kind of a 1990s inspired stuff and sounding like that, well, this one is not one of those bands. And for some people, like I said, it can mean different things. Musically, this is not the rawest kind of stuff or the most violent, aggressive, darkest, whatever, but more in the middle road. Meaning this is not exactly super atmospheric or super light or super melodic, but definitely has some of those elements, which then again puts this in the middle. Like, I mean, there are lots of bands which are just way raw or just faster, more intense. Be it about bands like Marduk, be it like back in the days, bands like Darkthrone, whatever. But this goes a little bit in the middle, and also reminds me a little bit of Rotting Christ of these days. Maybe even the early days, if you just want to include the very fact that obviously production is something different. So it's kind of a warmer rather than cold, grim and violent and aggressive. But at the same time, this isn't just like one of those super cheesy atmospheric black metal ones. So kind of catering to the needs of people who want to go black metal, but not just too grim or underground. And as such, I think this will be for many people in terms of like likable album. However, I would also like to point out that even with the production and vocals, I mean, they're all rather good. The thing here is this actually misses the platinum tier material, or even gold one for that matter. I mean, if the platinum is the absolute classics, the 5 out of 5 stuff, and gold would be definitely something like 8 out of 10. Well, this is kind of close to it, but not exactly there yet. So it's more like a good business card to, get you to introduce to the band if you have missed it before. But is this something that makes big waves or just convinces you that, well, this is the best band all times coming from French black metal scene? I would say not likely. So very, very listenable, to a certain degree, enjoyable, but not exactly the most memorable material out there. So definitely having some nice moments and all that stuff, and it's definitely not going to bore you down with 17 minutes and all that stuff. It's quite quickly to the point, and then it's done, and you go like, okay, I'll give it another spin. So definitely on the decent side of things, but still missing something super memorable, super good. But anyway, give it a go. You will find links provided in the description box, and give it a shot, especially if you think that middle bath, modern black metal is your kind of a thing. Cryptic Curse is already out there since February 2023, so give it a go and enjoy it. Thanks for checking out the review and all that stuff.